All right, we're back. Hello, guys. Mikkel here. I hate a room that just has a lot of echo to it. Like, for me, I need a nice room, not too much echo. Hopefully, there's no echo in this podcast. We'll see. But I got you guys set up nice. You guys looking good, sounding good. Hopefully, everything's sounding good. Today's podcast, we'll be talking about what's going on. We're just checking in on you guys. Seeing what's going on with the world and how are you guys doing in the state of the world, because it's a lot's going on. How was everybody's weekend? For me, my weekend, my Ravens lost, so that was, kind of depressing. And before that even started, the Commanders lost, so that was 2 back-to-back losses this week I've suffered. I've had a lot of pain this week. The Ravens lost. And it was a weird finish to the game because Lamar Jackson, he kind of just gave the game away, and the Steelers weren't even doing good the majority of the game. And then eventually we just sold. It's really hard to be a football fan nowadays in 2023, I'm noticing, because any given week, your team could be on Mount Rushmore and you guys are looking like the best team in the league. And then the next thing you know, your team looks like they don't belong in the freaking NFL. They belong in college. The Commanders really fell off a cliff, guys. We were talking about Super Bowl first 2 weeks of the season. Now it's can we even make it to 3-2? Come on. And then the Ravens, don't even get me started with the Ravens. We're 3-2 right now, and it's we really should be 5-0. We've given up 2 games to the Steelers and the Colts, and they're not going to let this one down. And I'm just come on, guys. What are we doing? I'm really just excited for basketball season to start at this point, because my Ravens, good God, we're not running the ball. Lamar's not running with the ball like he usually does. We're giving up on 4th downs. We're not converting on 3rd downs. It's our O-line is terrible. Oh my God. It's really bad what's going on in Baltimore right now. And if we lose another game, I'm going to become a de facto Eagles fan, because the Eagles right now are cooking. The Eagles are like 6-0 right now. The Eagles are killing them. They're going right back to the Super Bowl. Mark my words. Eagles are going right back to the Super Bowl. Hopefully the Ravens are right there with them, to face the Eagles. And that would be a cool little, East Coast rivalry right there. But good God, the Ravens are just so terrible right now. We're stinking up the joint. Commanders stinking up the joint. And, usually for me, I like when both teams are winning, you know what I mean? So, even if Commanders don't win that week, at least my Ravens, holding it down. Or if Ravens don't win that week, the Commanders can hold it down, so at least I can go into the week with some joy. But this weekend was just hard for DMV football, you know what I mean? Hard weekend for DMV football. Colorado won though. I've been keeping up with Colorado. Deion Sanders, the HBCU in Colorado. I've been keeping up with them, and we won, so that was good. We needed that win. So now we're at, I want to say we're 4-2 right now, so we're looking pretty. I'll be going to the Colorado UCLA game this end of October, so I'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm gonna see Deion Sanders out there, Sharif Sanders, all the whole Sanders gang. So that's gonna be a good little vlog I'm gonna do for you guys. So check out my YouTube channel, Mikkel. What is it, Mikkel? I don't even know my own YouTube channel. What is wrong with me? Check out my YouTube channel, Mikkel Vlogs. Yeah, Mikkel Vlogs. We changed the name. That's why we changed the name. And we changed the picture. So, if you're not new, you probably won't even notice me on YouTube anymore. But, yeah, the new channel's name is Mikkel Vlogs, and it's a picture of me sipping some Coca-Cola. I don't think it's Coca-Cola. It might be Mountain Dew. It's some type of – it's a Sprite. I'm sipping a Sprite. I had that Sprite backstory for the for that picture update on my YouTube channel. I'm sipping a Sprite that I had in where were we? In Virginia Beach. I went to Virginia Beach over the summer, and that's where that picture comes from. A little backstory. But yeah, tough weekend for football altogether. It's getting chilly out here, so that's the start of fall. How's everybody's fall going? I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job on the fall stuff. Me and the family, we're eating the cookies. We're watching scary movies. Not too scary, one of the scary movies we watched recently, it kind of felt a little too real, and like you kind of got to be careful with these scary movies. You want to be scared, but you don't want to scare yourself too much that like you start walking around the house different. You're scared to go downstairs. You're scared to just do your basic activities you would typically do in your house. These activities become challenges for you because you're looking over your shoulder now. Like, I've already been scared twice in my own home. So, I need to get them back for that one. But yeah, it's spooky season. I went to Spirit of Halloween over the weekend, so that was fun. You guys should be looking out for that in a future fall vlog I'm doing. But yeah, the Spirit of Halloween was so fun. I was just there for the animatronics. I got a couple good scares on camera. The animatronics are really getting like a little too good. Like, I'm really concerned about people who like have heart conditions this Halloween because the animatronics are ridiculous. Like, I got scared at least 5 times in there, and that was just the Spirit of Halloween. Like, this isn't even like a established spooky thing. Speaking of established spooky things, let me know on my YouTube channel, not my YouTube channel, let me know on my Instagram page at Unfiltered with Mikkel if you guys are going to any spooky things this year. And I'm going to leave a poll on my YouTube. Why I keep saying YouTube? I'm going to leave a poll on my Instagram. See, we don't use the Instagram enough, and we need to start showing love to the Instagram because you guys actually do follow me on there. So I need to show love to the Unfiltered with Mikkel Instagram account. But yeah, so I'm going to leave a poll on there. Let me know who's going to spooky stuff this year, like an established spooky event. And invite me because I want to go. I don't have a friend group to go to these things with. And there's nothing harder than organizing Black people for an event past the sunlight hours. So if it's not brunch, it becomes harder and harder. So if you have a group that you already have established and you need a 5th person or a 4th person, let me know on Instagram and I'll be there. I'll go because I'm going to get scared. I want to get scared, but I don't want to get scared alone. So that's also what I've been looking out for, is like good haunted something. I need a haunted something just to get the October vibes going, get the real October-y feeling out of my system. You know what I mean? Because the last thing I want is to go into Christmas time and I feel like I didn't do enough in October. So I've watched about 3 scary movies so far. Yeah, I've watched about 3 scary movies so far. I already drank my pumpkin spice coffee, and I've eaten the Halloween cookies. I did go Halloween shopping, but I didn't end up buying anything over the weekend. Like, I didn't buy any, the little Target. The Target has the little blankets. They have the Halloween blankets, and I didn't buy one because it just seemed a little overpriced to me. I felt like they weren't the size quality worth the price. Like, the price of it was not worth the size. Like, they were charging like, I want to say like $15 for like a throw blanket. And like, if you guys don't know what a throw blanket is, it's like the blankets that they go about leg length at most. That's as most as you're going to get out of a throw, in my opinion. But yeah, homecoming season. It's chilly outside. Go grab the family, pack up the car. Everybody, it's time to return back to your old colleges. It's homecoming season. And the commencement of homecoming season is just one of those times of the year. It's just very special. Like, school kind of slows down. It's not too hard for students. Teachers understand. They're like, let me give them a break this week. It's homecoming season. Like, this week I had a big break. I haven't had too many assignments to do too much. I mean, I'm still doing college, but not too much. Like, it's been very relaxed. And we had our homecoming this weekend, so I went to a couple events. Now, let me tell you guys how these events went. I went to a Sexy Red concert that Friday. I want to say it was a Friday or a Thursday. I like to say it was a Thursday. Yeah, I went to a Sexy Red concert that Thursday, and the concert was a 10 out of 10. The baby did his thing. Glow, what was her name? It was another twerking lady. She sings the song, Yeah, Mikkel. No affiliation. But she sings that song, and we had Sexy Red at the show, and Sexy Red brought the house down. She brought the house down, and it was the anticipation all week for her. We knew she was coming. We didn't know when she was coming, but we knew she was coming, and the anticipation, like, it was electric in there. Like, you could cut the tension with a knife. It was so amazing seeing Sexy Red live. The baby put on a great show. The baby was a really good entertainer, very good performer. Besides, my certain plights with the baby, he put on an excellent show. I was very entertained the entire time from beginning to end. He went into the stands. He was throwing his body on girls. Like, and they had girls twerking. They were throwing ass everywhere. Like, it was a good beginning of the commencement of the homecoming weekend to come. After that event had ended, though, nothing happened. It was a really good event. No shooting. Like, it was just a really solid event. Security was really tight. They were very organized with getting everybody in and out safely. And I really appreciate Bowie on that one. I want to give him a kudos because that was a good, beginning of the homecoming season. Now, as the weekend progressed, unfortunately, we had a football game, and we had tailgates, and everything went pretty smooth, like typical tailgating, football game stuff, the typical homecoming game, people coming out, and unfortunately over the following week, Morgan State had a shooting, so we invited Morgan State, as backstory, we invited Morgan State to our homecoming because their homecoming was unfortunately canceled. So Morgan State was around. People from Towson were here. I had friends calling me from Towson, like, Mikkel, you coming to the homecoming? What's going on? I had friends from Eastern Shore. So very much Maryland and Bowie State was the mecca this weekend when it came to homecoming HBCU season. We were the mecca. We were the ones that kick it off. Now, the unfortunate part. Unfortunately, Bowie State was not prepared for the amount of people that came for the HBCU homecoming weekend. I was told that the numbers were about in the 50,000 range. And I don't know about you guys, if you've never been to Bowie State, we're a big school, but we're no Towson, you know what I mean? So I just feel like the security we had on staff, the extra security we hired, it just was not prepared for the sheer amount of people that were going to come to the event, that homecoming. So after the football game ended, you have your typical, drunk parties left and right. We have parties in the parking lot, parties on certain plots. We have parties in front of the student center, parties in front of the science building. Anywhere you looked, I heard it was a party. Now, I'm telling you all this because I did my research over, after hearing the story had broke and stuff, I did my research and I got a couple accounts of eyewitnesses of what happened over the weekend, and we're going to get into that. But I didn't go. I didn't go to homecoming. I didn't go to the homecoming party. I actually stayed home. And I wanted to go. And we're going to talk about that. I wanted to go. However, that day, that Saturday, I ended up making a YouTube video, and I was very proud of that YouTube video, and I ended up editing it. It took me the whole day. It was like a 12-minute video, but for those of you who don't know, editing takes a while, so it took me about 5 to 6 hours to make that 12-minute video. And then after that, I had to do some homework because for me, I had to get the bug out of my system. I had to get the editing bug out of my system. So then I did the homework, and I was so pissed at myself because I should have did the homework first before the YouTube video. And because of that, I had to prioritize that homework because, school first. Not in the sense of that, but school first in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, so school first. And because of that, I was unable to attend the homecoming. I was unable to go. I was very sad. I was doing my homework that night. I was very upset. I'm over getting pictures, people sending me videos of what's going on, all everybody having fun, drinking, smoking, people like, you pulling up. Come out, Mikkel, pull up. Come out. And I'm over here like, I got work to do, guys. I'm sorry. I'm lame. I'm a loser. I'm sorry. I can't go. And everybody was so sad. They were so sad. They were like, no, we need you out here. We need you outside. But something just, I was experiencing FOMO, but I was also experiencing something in my bones where I was like, something just don't feel right. Like I just feel like there's gonna be too many heads out there. And like I already got schoolwork, so I just feel like the schoolwork being in the way was a sign. I just need to stay home. And luckily enough, it was a sign because what happened on, I want to say, what day is it? It's October 10th. What happened on October 8th, 2023 will go down in history for a lot of reasons because we lost our sense of community. We lost our sense of safety that day. We lost our sense of just being able to have camaraderie. Homecoming to me, what it means is it's a time for people, alumni, graduates, student body, to all come together as one family under this one umbrella for this 1 week and just embrace all the good memories, remember the good times, and just come together as one family, one Bowie State family. And we had that, but unfortunately, with all good families, you have bad apples. Bad apples bring more bad apples. And there were a lot of people at the homecoming that were not students and were not students of Morgan State either. And they just brought the bad energy to a beautiful event, which would have been a beautiful event. And they brought this bad energy, and unfortunately, there were 2 live shootings on campus grounds. And unfortunately, many of my friends had to witness this. Eyewitnesses saw this. Freshmen had to see this. People's family members, people that were just here for a good time, had to experience tragedy, running for their lives. Loved ones of mine were out there that night as well. So when news broke that there was a shooting at the hours of, I want to say, about 12 o'clock, I first heard the news broke. I was at home, and I'm getting text messages, people asking me, am I okay, left and right, people checking up on me. And I want to say thank you to everybody that checked up on me. No, I was okay. I did not go to the homecoming. I stayed home. But yeah, like after that, I just had to fully immerse myself, because as I'm getting older, I'm noticing my inclination to journalism is growing. And I am not a journalism major, but news and bringing you guys these stories, it really gives me a sense of purpose, I'm noticing. So I'm getting eyewitness accounts. I'm having people tell me what they saw. Apparently, they saw people. If you're not familiar with Bowie State, we have a pond. There's a pond in the central part of Bowie State. And as some students were getting on a shuttle to head to the 9, which is off-campus housing, unfortunately, they witnessed 2 young teenage males. I want to say they were 19 years old, and they could see gunfire in the distance, waiting for the shuttle to take off. Because if you guys don't know, the 9 has to wait for students, and they take them to off-campus housing. So as they're waiting, they see these 2 males, and they begin to shoot at one another. And they see cars shooting off shots, a red car, I think the police had said. And they're all just shooting at one another. And as one of my friends describes it, they say that they heard over 20 rounds in that one section. And then what really hit home was another shooting as well took place at this time. So you have the shooting at the pond, but then reports start to hit my phone. I start getting emails that there's another shooting at CMRC. And if you guys don't know, CMRC is like on-campus housing right in front of the science building where I'm primarily at, right in front of the science building. So shots are going off there. I'm hearing there's accounts of students running, and it's just chaotic, people being trampled. People are under the influence. It's very much a scene of just chaos out there. And I'm just hearing all this from the comfort of my home, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just worried about the people involved. I'm making sure people that I know were okay, getting home safe. I'm calling people, I'm texting people, asking people, do they need Ubers? Like, I'm just making sure everybody's okay. I'm just trying to get a sense of everything that's going on right now, because I really feel like at this point, in my tenure at Bowie, I'm a public figure here. So, as a public figure, these voices, these stories matter, and to call it just, and the student body really matters to me. Like, I really do feel like Bowie opened me with open arms, accepted me with open arms, and like, I really do feel like home here. It's a really great school. I love my other HBCU families. I love Howard. I love my family at Morgan State. I can go on for hours of like just the different schools I've been to, and PGCC. I love all you guys, but Bowie's home for me right now. And to hear what happened at home, and I'm away. I had to jump to action. I had to get to the bottom of this. I had to find out what's going on. So after I got the bottom of it, got a couple more stories, got a couple more accounts. Some people said they saw nothing actually that night. Some people were surprised and all they saw was running. They didn't know where the shots were coming from. They didn't hear anything. They just saw people running and they began to run with them. But fortunately, nobody died. That night. I heard that the 2 young boys that were involved in the shooting were in not critical condition, but they're in intensive condition, not critical, but possibly could recover. So, our prayers go out to them. I was told that they were not students of Morgan State or Bowie State, but they were here. And unfortunately, they came here and tragedy struck. So my heart goes out to everybody, but Bowie responded. Bowie handled the situation the best they could. And now we are looking at just, coming back and trying to gather ourselves from this event from over the weekend and try to gain a sense of community back, gain back what we lost, our innocence, you know what I mean? Because I was involved in a shooting last semester, so I know what it's like. I know how it feels to just feel like totally powerless during like a time where you should these are the things you shouldn't have to worry about in school. You come to school to learn, you come to school to have fun and create great memories. So, when tragedy strikes or like shootings happen, it can just play on your strings where it's like you don't know who to trust, you don't know what to trust anymore. And like if anybody's experiencing any signs of depression or anxiety, I just want to like give you some comforting words and let you know that you're not alone. And there are people on campus that are here to help, and I'm here to help too. So, just shoot me a DM if you just need somebody to talk to. I just want to extend that, courtesy to you guys. So, yeah. But that's what happened in Bowie State. I just wanted to address that first and foremost. And homecoming season, besides that, I've heard people are saying homecoming season was amazing. They had a great time, and they really enjoyed homecoming season besides the shooting. I will be at Howard's homecoming this week. I look forward to seeing all my Bison family as well. And hopefully, we can have a smooth homecoming season at Howard. And it's going to be a great time. Some Bowie students, they should definitely come out to Howard and like try to regain some of what they lost during this weekend. What else is going on in the world? I don't know about you guys, but for me, I have a inclination to I like keeping up with the state of the world nowadays. Like old me, 20-year-old, 19-year-old me, I was very much, I don't like the news. I don't want to know what's going on in the world. Leave me out of that. I don't want no business with that. It's always a sad story. My auntie, grandmas always sending me stories about who died here, who died where. It makes you not even want to leave the house. You're like, who died? What? What's going on in my area? Like, it's very bad. It's very bad. And I don't keep up with the news for that exact reason. Now, however, I have been keeping up with the events of what's going on in the Donbass region of Ukraine and the Russian campaign and the war out there. I have been keeping up with that since last year when Russia invaded Ukraine. I've been keeping up with that very diligently. And now, unfortunately, I have to report this news that another war has started in the Gaza Strip in southern Israel. the conflict started as so. So basically, let me explain what's going on. And I'll probably redo a video like this on my YouTube channel of just like an analyst of everything, because I do like this journalism setup and this vibe. We'll still have the unfiltered Mikkel. This is unfiltered as we speak. Like I'm going to be giving my opinions on everything and my thoughts on this. But I don't know. Something about this journalism stuff. Like, it's very serious, but I like it. It's a serious podcast. But here's what's going on. This is what I know so far from all the stories I've watched and read. Because I literally, I don't know what it is, but something about war times. I just am so glued to the screen. I don't want to look away. I want to know what's going on, what the updates are during war times. Fortunately enough, America's not in war times right now. But my heart goes out to the Ukrainians and the Israelites. Here's what happened. For those of you who don't know, and if this is where you get your news from, then that's amazing. That's not a good thing, but if I have to be the source, then so be it. So here's what's going on. Israel is a Middle Eastern country, right? In the central part of Africa, the Horn of Africa. And you have Israel and you have Gaza Strip. Gaza Strip is like this strip of land located on the side of Israel, kind of like a thorn almost. So like you have the structure of Israel, and then you have the Gaza Strip, which is primarily Islamic race and Islamic religion and people of the Arabic race. So you have that strip, the Gaza Strip. Now, the Gaza Strip is run by a terrorist organization named Hamas. And Hamas has run this strip of Gaza since 2017. They do not like Israel. They have been battling with Israel for over 20 years plus, countless years. And they've had little skirmishes where they've come in contact, and they had little battles here and there with casualties on both sides. But this one's different. This one's a little different. Something about this, it feels like a buildup of like years and years of just hatred for Israelis and Israel as a whole. And because of that, you create this microcosm of like when you squeeze these people into this tiny, piece of land that you designate to them. And, they're just, it's kind of like the can of worms analogy. You open yourself into a can of worms. These people have been treated terribly, and, they've been just beaten down, brutalized, victimized, and now they are finally standing up to Israel. And unfortunately, a lot of Israeli civilians were killed over the weekend. They were killed over the weekend, and really, this issue could have been a diplomatic issue. It could have been resolved with diplomacies and, through that. However, Hamas struck first, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. This issue was bound to happen sooner or later, just from the political tension I've read and seen in this region. And just like when you have a cancer and you don't address it, it festers and it grows and it grows. And Israel not addressing the Hamas issue allowed it to fester and grow to numbers where it could no longer be contained. And that cancer is showing its ugly head, and a lot of Israeli people died, unfortunately, because of it. I have ties to Israel. I've been there twice. I would like to, and I really pray for peace in the Middle East. I would like to one day retire in Israel and have a nice house in Tel Aviv and live amongst those people. It's a very beautiful country, beautiful people. The people are very wonderful, very kind people, and that's my dream. Nobody knows that about me. Nobody knows that side about me. My mom, she showed me the world, and she showed me Israel, and Israel has a soft place in my heart, because of that. So hearing that there's war going on there right now just has me glued to my seat. So here's what happened. So at the late hours of the early hours of 6 a.m., rockets fly over Gaza Strip into the south region of Israel, and festival goers, from the account I saw, it was a festival goers. They were going. This is really what sparked everything. There was a festival in Israel. Hamas fired rockets over Gaza into Israel. Festival patrons saw these missiles. They didn't think too much of it. Gaza's always shooting missiles into Israel. And then before you know it, about an hour later, they start seeing terrorist Gaza fighters on ATVs and Jeeps heading toward them, and they just start slaughtering Israelis, slaughtering people left and right, people running for their lives. They're taking hostages, they're raping women, they're killing children. They start going into neighboring towns, killing undiscriminatorily, killing the elderly, killing the old, killing the young, killing any man on sight, taking women as hostages, Israeli women. These are their people. And, I'm trying to paint this scene the best I can because it's horrific what Hamas is doing to these Israelites. And, unfortunately, the citizens that Hamas, like Gaza, the citizens of Gaza, they're going to pay the price for this. They're going to pay the price for this because they're praising these Hamas troops for what they did and, the attack they did on Israel, and they caught them off guard. It was a land, sea, and air attack, and they got them on all fronts, and Israeli intelligence never saw it coming. And because of that, a lot of people died that day. I think they said the death toll was about 400 Israelis in a day. And they said that this is on par with Pearl Harbor and 9/11 for them. This is their 9/11. They said that, things are going to be very different. The President Netanyahu, he said that things are going to be very different in the Middle East after the events that occurred on that day. They said that they're going to prevent this from ever happening again, and they're going to send a message. They're going to send a message that Israel is not one to be messed with, and unfortunately, a lot of people are going to die. And you would think that because there are hostages in the region and Hamas has hostages, Israeli hostages, Israeli would try to find some type of diplomacy and negotiate maybe an exchange of hostages. But under Israel is of the mindset that there is no negotiating. We don't negotiate with terrorists. And they want revenge. They want revenge for the children that were murdered. There were reports that a school of children, over 40 children, were slaughtered in Israel, and the pictures just came out or were just released of the 40 children that were slaughtered at that school. And Israel has mobilized over 300,000 troops to pretty much invade and go into Gaza and probably kill indiscriminately and just get revenge. This is going to be a bloodbath to come. We'll be keeping you guys updated on, what's going on in Gaza. Hopefully we have more lighthearted podcasts. I don't really like reporting on these kind of things. I mean, I'm very intrigued in, war times, and we are in war times right now. And, we'll see what comes in the coming future with the Taiwan-China debacle. We'll probably talk about that in future podcasts. But Israel, it's going to be very intense. It's going to be very intense fighting. They're already firing rockets over Hamas as we speak. Thousands of citizens in Gaza are dying. The death toll will not be the same as far as the Hamas to Israeli death toll. The people that died in Israel will be examples, but I think Israel's going to leave a lasting memory on Gaza that, you don't poke a bear. And I don't know what's going to happen out there. I'm just going to keep updated on what happens, but the verbiage of Israel right now is they want to get it back in blood. They don't give a fuck about the hostages. They don't give a fuck about nothing. They just want to get it back in blood, and they don't give a fuck about the they don't give a fuck. They're gonna go into Gaza. They're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna rip everybody to shreds. They're gonna rip everything to shreds. And they might just take out Gaza and they might just annex it as their own land. And if they do that, you're looking at the genocide of millions of innocent civilians in that area. But, Hamas drew first blood, so that bloodshed is on their hands. So, definitely pray for that region. There will be no peace in the Middle East as we speak. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. But, yeah, on a lighter note, the Lakers played this weekend, and they look good. Lakers look fucking good. Lakers looking really good. LeBron got bounced. AD was shooting threes. Austin Reeves was doing his thing, looking like MJ, Hillbilly Kobe. Rui Hachimura was saucing him up. That's my guy, Sriracha. Love me some Rui Hachimura. Vanderbilt locking him up. And then we got some honorable mentions for the new people we brought on the block. Shout out to Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes was throwing down lobs, and we got Gabe Vincent from Miami Heat. He looking solid. I like Gabe Vincent. I think he's a good pickup. I like that Vincent dude. He was just in the NBA Finals, so that was a steal. That was a big steal in free agency. I like this Lakers squad. I think we're gonna be solid. I think we're gonna be one to mess with. We got a lot of good bodies, a lot of fast young bodies. Very different from how we started the season last year, but this is only preseason, so time will tell. But I'm encouraged. I'll probably be doing some more Laker commentary as the weeks go on and stuff. But Lakers look good. Lakers look real good. AD looks good. Coach, I believe in Darvin Ham personally. I don't know how many other people believe in the head coach of the Lakers, but I believe in him. And I feel like we got a competent team. We got a good team. LeBron running the show. We're going to be good. We're going to be really good. We're going to win a lot of games. We might even go NBA championship. I stamp it in right now. NBA championship 2024. NBA champions. LeBron's 5th ring. I believe in the Lakers. And I think we're going to go all the way. Might even two-peat. And then you got 6 rings. LeBron in the Jordan argument. Right back in it. Me personally, I already think LeBron is the greatest NBA player that ever lived, but that's for you guys to debate in the comments, you know what I mean? But LeBron's my GOAT. He will always be my GOAT. And, Lakers looking good. AD was in the gym. AD's been in the weight room. That's what I like to see. I like to see him shooting more threes, being competitive, being in charge. Sorry if there's a little bit of commotion in the background. The custodians are doing the cleaning in the studio, but Lakers look good. Lakers look good on a light note, you know what I mean? I was productive today. I got a lot done. I got 3 tests done. One for cell bio. No, what I do? Biochem? Yeah, I got one done for biochem. And then one done for Malek. So, I'm on a roll, man, and you need those small wins. And I did a lab report today for Malek. Had to get that out the way because, for me, I'm the kind of guy where, I just need domino effects. I'm a domino effect kind of productive person. I need to have these little wins, and these little wins build up on one another. And that kind of just creates this mass of productivity in me where it's I can't be stopped. You know what I mean? After I finished that lab report that I've been dreading on doing, the lab report was due on Sunday. I'm just now finishing it. Luckily enough, they left it available to post, so I posted that. But what you call it? After getting that in and like finally getting that camel off my back, I was able. Oh, 1 second. No. Oh, yeah. I got. Oh. Like I was saying, sorry about that. I was interrupted, but like I was saying, I'm a domino effect kind of guy. So I got that done. I got handled business. I made my to-do list for today, and I probably knocked off about 5 things off that list. So Mikkel's book, that's a good thing. Like we're recording a podcast right now. Like this is what I like. I like being uber productive to where I can do the things I enjoy without any stress on my mind. I'm getting you guys the content you guys deserve. I cannot wait to go back and listen to this podcast. Hopefully, this was a great podcast, but just getting shit done. Like, I just love being productive and just maximize my productivity. Very much just it guy where it's like, when does he do it? Where does he do it? When does he do it? When does he get it done? I'm getting it done right now as we speak. You're seeing it live in action, real live, Fox 5. But I'm doing it in a way where it's seamless and it doesn't seem like too much. Because, like, I love when you see people that you're like, how do they do it? When do they have time to do it? How do they get all these things done? Like, they're just so, like, on their shit. And this is when you're on your shit. This is it. You do it when nobody's looking. Nobody's looking at me. Nobody knows where I'm at. I'm just out here getting this shit done. Getting it done. Making it happen, turning a vision into reality. I had a vision today that I wanted to make a podcast. I got my homework done. Manifestations, people. I didn't even tell you guys, I washed my hair yesterday. Come on now. I never wash my hair. I'm lazy. So, like, I'm just getting the damn thing and I'm just doing the damn thing. And, hair feels good and moisturized. I might even go to the gym tonight. Who knows? Who knows what the night has in store? I'm kind of hungry, so I probably won't. But I'll go in the morning. So, But yeah, so just getting the shit done, making it happen, just being me. Like, that was my problem. I feel like I was giving my time to too many things and just trying to be everywhere and not focusing on the main thing. And the main thing is just getting what Mikkel needs done. Because I feel like for me, when I get the things that are most important in my life done, I feel like everybody else benefits as a result because I'm not grumpy or I'm not cranky or I'm not, able to, my mind isn't everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm able to give people my undivided attention. I'm able to give people my full self because my work is done. The work is done. I can sit down. I could go home right now and then go enjoy a movie because the work is done for today. You know what I mean? I might try to knock out a couple more things for the night's over. I got a business class I got to work on, so I might do some work for them. Watch a couple videos, do some notes, and then I'll probably record something that night. We'll see. But we're on a roll right now. So, like, I'm just in it. I'm in motion. I'm in productivity. I'm in, like, zen right now. And nobody can throw off my zen. That's another thing, controlling your environment. So for me, controlling your environment means just allowing people in your orbit at certain times that is most convenient for you. So like, say a friend texts you like, hey, let's go hang out. But you got stuff to do today, or you got, this podcast you got to record, or you got to, edit some videos today, or this, that, and the third. You don't allow them in your orbit. You don't answer that text. You don't call them back. You pretty much ignore, other people so that you can focus on you and hone in on you. Because the last thing you want is, because for me, this is something that I always suffer with, is I'll agree to do things and then beat myself up later when the things that I want to get done aren't done. the things I want done in my life, podcasts, YouTube videos, homework assignments, they aren't done because I'm just giving myself to so many other things because I just feel like I can do it all. When you really can't do it all, you really can't do it all. So, me personally, I feel like if I get the things that I need done first, I want to make this my new mantra. If I get the things I need done first, then I can give myself to other things. But until then, I must be selfish with my time. I must be very strategic with where I place my time and who I place my time with and who I hang out around. I'm only hanging around people that bring value to what I want to do and what I want going on. And you don't tell everybody everything you got going on. You know what I mean? Keep things a secret because the fastest way to kill a dream is to tell it to a small-minded person. You know what I mean? Like, just, make it happen. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Right now I'm talking about a podcast, but, I'm on the podcast. Like, I'm being about it. Like, if you're at home and you want to start a podcast, guys, just go home and get a mic, get a tripod, get yourself a nice, insulated room and start talking into the mic, saying words fast and, have a couple little stories, pre-written. So you can, say something off the top of your head, or I don't know how you want to talk about stuff. You can talk about tea, you can talk about what's going on in the news, talk about pop culture, or whatever floats your boat. Do that, do that, make that happen, share it with the world. Don't tell your friends about it unless you want to, but don't tell your friends about it. Just share with the world, and eventually your friends will find out about it. But when they find out about it, you'll be famous by then, and they're gonna be like, "This is you," and you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't even want to tell nobody for real, cause yeah, but yeah, I'm famous. That's me. You already know what the fuck going on, and yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do anything: content, YouTube, Instagram. Let your friends find you. I need to learn that, because if I knew that from the beginning, nobody would know I had a podcast. None of my friends would know I had a podcast. And this would just be between me, you, and the couple listeners that fuck with me every week. We're being consistent, keeping the consistent streak going. It is, we're posting this on a Wednesday. We're posting this on a Wednesday morning for you guys so you guys can consume this podcast. I'm just so happy to be consistent with an Unfiltered with Mikkel podcast. This is so amazing. This is so much fun. Like, this is what I live for, man. I live for this, man. You guys understand I live for this. I love podcasting. I love talking to you guys every week. And, no visuals, just me, my voice, raw, real, in the flesh, like, just real. Like, we're just having a real conversation right now. You know what I mean? Talking about war, talking about being productive. We got a lot of stuff done today. Being on my student-ish, like, just living in the now. Like, let this be a motivational-ish where, it just gets you in the right headspace to just start the day right. Like, I hope you guys start a Wednesday right. Get your Wednesday going. Get off your butt, get up, get out of bed if you're listening to this in bed, or, if you're listening to this on the ride home from school or work, then get home safe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I love you guys. Podcast is not over. I have one more thing to tell you guys. So, because of the shooting at Bowie State, they gave us the week off. So, here's what I'm going to be doing on my break. I just wanted to tell you guys a couple things I'm going to be doing on my break. I'm going to be making podcasts. I'm going to be relaxing. I'm going to be making YouTube videos. They give us, today's the 10th. They're giving us to the 14th. So, technically, they're giving us almost 5 days off. This is like our little Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, pre-Thanksgiving break. And I'm here for it. Sucks that, had to be a shooting to get this, but we need this. We need this mental health week. So this is mental health week, and we're getting the week off. Thank goodness. We had yesterday off. They gave us today off, and we'll be having the rest of the week off. So shout out to Bowie, man, coming through clutch, man, because, like, for me, I just feel like when we had the shooting last year, we never really addressed it. We kind of just swept it under the rug. And it really pissed me off because, like, how do we go back to business as usual when people could have died? People could have lost their lives. People could have seriously been hurt over a school event, a school function, not at war, not, in a battlefield, at a school event. I don't want to live in America where I have to look over my shoulder at a school event or in large crowds because I'm afraid someone's going to have a gun and do something stupid and pull a trigger and then affect so many other people's lives because they want to be selfish, want to be fucking selfish. So yeah, I'm going to be relaxing this break. I'm going to actually be taking this break to just reset my mind, get my body right, go to the gym, eat right, eat the right foods, you know what I mean? Everybody, if you're listening to this, rest. Please rest. Rest. If you were at the homecoming and you experienced the trauma of having to be around, live gunfire and bullets flying every which way, stampedes, crushing people. Rest. You need a rest. You need a reset. Come back fresh next week. And I'm gonna be putting out podcasts for you guys. Hopefully, I'm gonna have a lighthearted podcast next week because you guys need it. You know what I mean? You guys need it. I got a video coming this weekend. Sexy Red, the baby, homecoming weekend concert. So you guys can enjoy the concert again if you want to watch the concert again. That was a fun night. And we're going to be living it up on there. So this is the podcast. I love you guys. This is my time. Rest. Pray for Israel. Pray for Ukraine. Shout out to the Lakers. Commanders and Ravens. Get your stuff together. He's stinking up the joint. And let this be a reminder to talk to your family. I spoke to my family over the weekend, after the events that happened at homecoming weekend that Saturday. I went to my uncle's house on a Sunday, and, we just sat by the campfire and we just enjoyed one another's company. We just, really relished in one another. He had a cookout, I brought, the family out, and everybody just had a great time, seeing family and just being around family. So let this be a time to just be around family and just, appreciate family because, just as much as we have it, it can be taken away from us, in an instant. So just relish in one another. I love you guys. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast and coming back every week. Share this podcast with your friends. This podcast is on all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Follow the Instagram page, Unfiltered with Mikkel on Instagram. And support the page, support podcasts. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube hopefully today. Well, technically tomorrow, but you guys don't need to know about the details. But yeah, this is Unfiltered with Mikkel. I love you guys. See you guys next week. Love you.